Amendment by Turner.
Chair recognizes Representative Turner to explain the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I'm going to speak for a minute on this amendment. This amendment would require the TCEQ to install, maintain, and monitor permanent air quality monitors near gas wells located in counties with a population of 2 million or more people. Members, there are 4 counties in the state that meet that population bracket: Harris, Dallas, Bexar, and Tarrant. And let me tell you why I'm laying out this amendment. If you look at this information from TCEQ that Representative Bell was kind enough to get for me, Harris County has 88 gas wells currently. Dallas County has 46. Bexar County has 0. Tarrant County has 3,999. I'm going to round up and say 4,000. So in Tarrant County, we have 4,000 gas wells currently, and many are in industrial areas, some are in commercial areas, but they're also in residential areas. They're also located near schools, near daycare centers. And many of my constituents and others in Tarrant County are exposed to emissions associated with urban gas drilling on a daily basis, particularly potentially harmful particulate matter and other emissions. Different emissions that TCEQ does monitor for associated with gas wells include volatile organic compounds such as benzene that are known to cause eye, nose, and throat irritation, headaches, nosebleeds, fatigue, nausea, and dizziness. Particulate matter, which are tiny particles or droplets in the air that reduce visibility and cause the air to appear hazy. In addition to the aforementioned effects, long-term exposure to particulate matter are associated with increased rates of chronic bronchitis, reduced lung function, and increased mortality from lung cancer and heart disease. Continuous gaseous emissions like NOx emissions cause damage to the respiratory tract and increase a person's vulnerability to and the severity of respiratory infections and asthma. Long-term exposure can cause chronic lung disease. And of course, NOx is a primary contributor to our ozone non-attainment status in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. According to the University of North Texas Health Science Center at Fort Worth, Tarrant County children are more than twice as likely to suffer from asthma as children in other parts of Texas. Tarrant County children ages 0 to 14, about 75,000 of them have asthma. By age 9, 25% of the county's children are diagnosed with asthma, with a disproportionate number of cases among the county's African-American children. Due to infrequent, non-contiguous monitoring, we do not know the amount of pollutants our constituents in Tarrant County are breathing in. And I think more must be done, at the very least, to measure the amount of chemicals produced by these wells. That's why my amendment would require permanent air quality monitoring near gas wells. And I think this is important because in 2015, this body the legislature passed House Bill 40, giving the state exclusive jurisdiction to regulate oil and gas operations and the express preemption of local regulation of those operations. The state has made that decision, and therefore our municipalities have very little, if any, input as to the placement of oil and gas operations. And so if the state is going to preempt local jurisdictions' ability to regulate with respect to many health and safety concerns, I think it is also the state's responsibility, in this case TCEQ's responsibility, to ensure that gas wells are safe for our communities, and I think that means more robust air quality monitoring. Now, I also understand that at this time, due to the fiscal note associated with, or the estimated fiscal note associated with this amendment, this is not practical to go on this bill today. However, I am committed to working in the interim with TCEQ to ensure that my district and other similar areas have more frequent and sustained air quality monitoring at these sites. I will note also that the Environmental Protection Agency has taken interest recently and is paying attention to what's happening in Tarrant County with respect to gas drilling. And so I hope that TCEQ will work proactively to do more to help monitor emissions in Tarrant County and work cooperatively with federal and local officials and concerned residents to protect the health and safety of our residents. And I think we all agree that the oil and gas industry is essential to the Texas economy, but we also have to ensure that Texans, especially children, are protected from potentially harmful impacts. And with that, I withdraw the amendment.
The amendment is withdrawn.